The Prominent Cherub Institute is inviting you to enroll for its January intake in nursing. The place to be for nursing is enrolling for its January intake registered nursing diploma for 3 years, a breached EN to RN distance program for 1 year. Get an application form now at a non-refundable fee of 150 kwacha. The Prominent Cherub Institute is accredited with the General Nursing Council of Zambia. Register now with this upstanding institution by calling 0978 435 853 or 0763 865 035 or 0955 617 872 or visit www.prominentcherubinstitute.edu.zm. We are located in Lusaka West of Mungu Road next to ZNS Sopelo Camp. Come and get your nursing qualification from a reliable institution and make your future and that of the world better. Prominent Cherub Institute, the place to be for nursing.
Perpetrators of violence warned Zanaco to face Binga FC of Mali. And now the news in detail. Makebi Zulu Advocates has written to Inspector General of Police Lemi Kajoba, refuting allegations that Mutemwa State Council and a senior police officer, Detective Inspector Mano Kayombo, $100,000 belonging to Lloyd Chinjenge of Lusaka. The duo, alongside another lawyer, Mutemwa Jr., are alleged to have stolen the said money during a raid at the residence of Mr. Chinjenge in Lusaka's Salama Park. The trio has denied being on the run, stating that they are ready to appear before the police on Wednesday, 27th October 2021. In a letter to the Inspector General of Police, the suspects, through their lawyer, also denied a report made by police that Mr. Mutemwa Jr., whom the police arrested in connection with the said money, admitted to have taken only $400,000 from the missing $800,000. Lawyer Jonas Zimba of Makebi Zulu Advocates disclosed the development in an interview with MUVI TV News. On Monday, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga said Mutemwa State Council and Detective Inspector Mano Kayombo of Lusaka Central Police Station were on the run after stealing $800,000, which was entrusted to them during a search at his client's house. Konkola Copper Mines KCM Provisional Liquidator Milingo Lungu has pleaded not guilty in 2 counts of theft and money laundering. In this matter, it is alleged that on dates unknown but between 22nd May 2019 and 28th September 2021 in Lusaka, being a provisional liquidator, did steal 4.4 million kwacha, the property of KCM. However, taking plea before Magistrate Felix Kawama Tuesday, 26th October 2021 in Lusaka, 43-year-old Milingo Lungu, a lawyer of Lusaka's Roma area, pleaded not guilty to both charges. Mr. Lungu's case will come up on 29th and 30th November 2021 for commencement of trial.
Elected is what characterized Konkola Copper Mines Provisional Liquidator Milingo Lungu Tuesday morning as he made his third appearance at the Lusaka's Magistrate Court, where he is facing two charges, one of theft and the other of money laundering. Mr. Lungu appeared before Magistrate Felix Kaoma for plea. The 43-year-old lawyer of Lusaka's Roma area was nabbed by the Drug Enforcement Commission DEC for allegedly stealing a 4.4 million kwacha property of Konkola Copper Mines on dates unknown but between 22nd May 2019 and 28th September 2012. In the second count, it is alleged that Mr. Lungu did transfer 4.4 million kwacha, knowing or having reasons to believe the same to be proceeds of crime. And in both charges, Mr. Lungu has pleaded not guilty. The matter has been adjourned to the 29th and 30 November 2021 for commencement of trial. Diambela Mutumba, MUVI TV News, in Lusaka.
The Law Association of Zambia has suspended the law firm owned by former First Lady Dr. Maureen Mwanawasa. LANS has also deregistered the law firm belonging to her late husband and former President Dr. Levi Patrick Mwanawasa. Recently, the former First Lady was given a 7-day ultimatum in which to settle over 6 million kwacha debt owed to Finance Bank Zambia from a loan obtained in 2013. And the bank requested the Lusaka High Court to issue a bankruptcy notice against Mrs. Mwanawasa for failing to pay the said amount. In October 2018, Finance Bank sued Maureen demanding payment of more than 6.7 million kwacha under a facility agreement dated 14th March 2018. Now, President Hakainde Hichilema has bemoaned the lack of development in Muchinga province. The head of state is in Muchinga province to interact with the locals and gather facts on their challenges, especially in infrastructure, health, and education sectors. President Hichilema, who also is in the province, had an opportunity to lay wreaths on the late freedom fighter Simon Mwansaka-Pwepwe's grave. He says it is imperative to remind the generations to come on independence fighters who have since passed. He says those who played their part must never be forgotten, and that his administration will ensure that all the sites where Zambia's forefathers who fought for independence are interred are visited.
To the history of this country, and then pass on the baton to those that will come after us. That's the way it should be. We as UPND in government choose to write a particular chapter in this journey, a particular chapter in this journey, and a deliberate one for that matter. When I say the UPND, simply as a platform. But this chapter, we choose, we continue to dream about, we want to realize, is to deliver economic and social independence for our people.
While President Hakainde Hichilema says the corruption crusade currently in motion is not tribal, but meant to recover Zambia's lost assets. The head of state said this when he conferred with Royal Highnesses Chiefs Chikwanda and Mwikikile in Muchinga province. He says development will now be trickling down to rural areas as the New Dawn administration will ensure that people are involved in the developmental agenda. Meanwhile, the Royal Highnesses have pledged to work with President Hakainde Hichilema in fostering unity and development.
EFMPs want to argue that it's a tribal issue. I'm sorry to say. It's not a tribal issue. We save money from greedy people and bring it to the people. Take it to the owners in their constituency. No segregation. No. You will not see us saying, no, this is a UPND constituency, so Kapeleni will be. Chiwangandu here, there, Chisari here is a PF constituency, Pokeno will be. I'm a president. Elected by the people, for all the people. So we want water delivery to our people, close to our people. We don't want our women to walk 5 kilometers to water, park to water, then they cook for us. No. So you will decide that, apart, we want a home. Apart, therefore clinic. Apart, paria, therefore a teacher ourselves. After January,
the insights you have given us on the operation of the government. We are going to support it in any way possible. And our loyalty is to the government of the day. We are assuring you today that we are going to work with you and call on us at any time you feel like calling on us.
President Hakainde Hichilema says the nation must remain grateful to all founding fathers and mothers who stood up against colonialism and ensured the attainment of independence. The head of state was speaking in Chinsali, where he laid wreaths on the tombstone of freedom fighters. He is confident that under his administration, the nation will once again be united and enable us all achieve our developmental goals. And Mama Chilufya Kapwepwe has appealed to the nation to set tribe aside and focus on food production and development for all.
Similar lines to the history of this country, and then pass on the baton to those that will come after us. That's the way it should be. We as UPND in government choose to write a particular chapter in this journey, a particular chapter in this journey, and a deliberate one for that matter. When I say the UPND, simply as a platform. But this chapter, we choose, we continue to dream about, we want to realize, is to deliver economic and social independence for our people.
As attacks and thefts on members of the public in Lusaka's dreaded Chibolya compound continue, Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu says government is aware of the situation. Mr. Mwimbu says government is working at improving the poorer security situation in the area in its quest to ensure security for all citizens. He was speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News.
Complaints of the poor security situation in Lusaka's Chibolya compound have continued to emanate from members of the public. These are some of the traders doing their business in a market in Chibolya compound, who a few days ago complained to MUVI TV over an increase in attacks by suspected criminals. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu has, however, assured members of the public that government is addressing the matter.
Come up with a policy direction on Chibolya. All what we have to do is to ensure that the respective security wings of government take appropriate action by providing security in the area. We are aware of what is happening in Chibolya and along the roads between City Market to Kanyama and other sectors. We are aware, we will up our game by ensuring that the security is provided to members of the party. We are aware of the issues.
Thank you. The Zambia Police has on several occasions conducted a number of operations that have resulted in arrests of some suspected criminals. However, the security situation in the area still remains of concern. It is hoped that a time will come when Chibolya compound will be free of criminal activities. Reporting for MUVI TV News, I'm Afias Kaptula in Lusaka.
Government has noted with concern the escalating isolated cases of violence being recorded in some parts of the country. In reference to recent incidences in Kaumbwe during the by-elections and at Lusaka High Court premises, Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu says government detests violence and will do everything possible to address the situation. Mr. Mwimbu has assured the nation that the situation in the country is peaceful, contrary to what is being portrayed by some political parties. The minister said this in response to a point of order raised by Leader of Opposition Brian Munduwile and Chama Constituency Member of Parliament Davinson Mungandu on the escalating levels of violence in the country. He also notes the violence in Kaumbwe constituency, where the Zambia police recorded a number of incidents during the campaign period. Mr. Mwimbu also indicated incidents on voting day during the Kaumbwe by-elections, where the Zambia police impounded a motor vehicle found with offensive weapons and Chitenge material, stating that investigations in this matter are underway. He has since urged the Zambia Police Service to expeditiously bring all perpetrators of violence to book, regardless of their political affiliations. He said President Hakainde Hichilema, during the official opening of Parliament, reiterated that the new Dawn government does not condone any forms of violence. Mr. Mwimbu said the President therefore directed the law enforcement agencies to be professional in their discharge of their duties. He said government is committed to ensuring that the people of Zambia fully enjoy their civil rights and liberties. Mr. Mwimbu has warned perpetrators of violence that they will be dealt with regardless of their political affiliation. He said the new Dawn administration is anchored on the rule of law.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, I want to state without fear of any contradiction that the morale amongst the police officers are at its highest since independence. Because they have realized that there is a new dawn, and the new dawn relates to the police officers themselves. Madam Speaker, in order to ensure that there's professionalism in the police and to enhance the morale, we, as New Dawn administration, have resolved and have started implementing that any police officer who was humiliated, who was victimized as a result of being professional is brought back. And we have already done that. And some of them are very visible. Even those who have no eyes can use a binoculars like others do when they are campaigning. Let them borrow that binoculars and check wherever the President of the Republic of Zambia is. They will see a certain individual whom I'm not going to mention, who was a police officer in Sesheke, who was humiliated, who was brutalized by the former regime. He's back. And he's an ADC of the presidency. That just shows commitment. And as a result of that, and other senior policemen, Madam Speaker, who were retired in national interest, have come back higher than what they were. It just shows that there is a new dawn, and that will look after any police officer who performs his duties professionally. And to show that actually we are very professional, honorable member, if you go to Luansha, you will find that those who had defaced that police station were arrested, and they appeared in court today. That just shows that we are not partial. We are impartial. We have no hand in whatever happens, because we abhor any form of violence. And that, for us, is a motivation on the part of the police to be professional. And if any one of us commits an offense, the police will follow us without any hand. Unlike in the past, when you were there, when you were celebrating the plight of others, it will not happen again.
A civil society organization has told government to get tough on corporate companies who have not been paying their fair share of taxes. Speaking on the 2022 budget expectations, Contact Trust Youth Association Executive Director Ronnie Jere says Zambians are currently carrying the heavy burden of taxes when multinational companies are not paying taxes reflective of their profits. Mr. Jere adds the 2022 budget will further be a test of UPND's promises, which they told Zambians that they will implement once voted into power. He points out employment opportunities as one such promise, which young people were told to expect if the UPND were to win. Hence, every youth is eagerly waiting for this to happen.
The high as Friday, the day when the 2022 budget will be presented, draws closer, and various stakeholders have weighed in on what the budget should address. Ronnie Jerry is the Executive Director of Contact Trust Youth Association, who feels tax regime in the country must aim at compelling big companies to pay their fair share. He says ordinary Zambians have been subjected to a lot of taxes when multinational companies enjoy tax holidays.
Then the other issues on taxes, we know that a common Zambian is being taxed heavily. But these multilateral companies, these mining companies, these big companies, they're given tax breaks. How are we going to balance up these issues? Why not tax people that are already rich and, cushion it on our own people? Look at how much a civil servant is taxed. People are taxed even up to more than 35% of their salaries, which is not a very good thing. So I want to see how they will be able to help in addressing these issues. So then also I think generally we also want to see how they will put in money to alleviate or support small and medium enterprise.
On youth empowerment and opportunities, Unity Party for National Development Livingstone District Youth Chairperson Gerard Kuyawana is optimistic that the 2022 budget will aim at addressing job creation.
But this Friday is going to finally issue the long-awaited UPND first budget through the Minister of Finance, Honorable Dr. Stubeko Msokotwane. We are all, as Youth Livingstone, want to support this budget. And as usual, a lot of youths are expecting a lot, one in terms of youth empowerment, and also job creation, and also what the government can do, of course, that is maybe deployment of teachers, other civil servants. And so we want to hear the number that will be deployed, and we are very confident the number is going to impress a lot of young people that have already done teaching and other.
And the Patriotic Front, PF, has also gotten into the mix by proposing that government should increase the allocation to the education sector.
And the issues that I would like to see in that budget is actually that is going to tackle the issue of education. As you may be aware that education is very, very important in the development of any country. So we want to see that the allocation in this coming budget is actually centered on education. We need to have enough allocation to education sector. And also when somebody is actually educated, and this is a cry of the youths that they are not employed, I think employment creation also is very, very important.
The true picture of macro and microeconomics will be unveiled in the proposed budget. Muya Mokombuta, MUVI TV News, Livingstone.
You're watching the news on MUVI Television. We take a short break. We have more stories coming up thereafter. Stay tuned.
Place a bet, search on the web, or get the app. OneXBet Bookmaker Company.
The government of the Republic of Zambia, through the Ministry of Health and cooperating partners, will be conducting the Zambia Population-Based HIV Impact Assessment, Zambia, starting April 2021. The survey is targeting those aged 15 years and above in randomly selected households throughout the country. Participants will voluntarily give consent to be able to participate. The survey will enable individuals to test for HIV in the comfort of their own homes at no cost. Individuals found HIV positive will be linked to treatment, care and support. The survey will also enable individuals who already know their HIV positive status to retest and know their CD4 and viral load. Trained health workers will visit selected households wearing personal protective equipment, PPE, and Zambia branded materials with an official identity card from the Ministry of Health to conduct this survey. A similar survey was last undertaken in 2016, and the results have been used to design interventions to prevent the spread of HIV and control the epidemic. The Zambia survey will assess the progress made towards epidemic control and ending AIDS by the year 2030 in line with the set national targets. Zambia, participate and make it happen. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and the National AIDS Council with support from the United States Presidency Emergency Fund for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Sure. How come your crop is far much better than mine? I mean, we are neighbors. My farm is right next to yours.
My dear, this is an open secret.
Tell me.
I switched to Sidco ever since. My harvest has been good.
Sidco?
Sidco has got the right seed for every farmland.
Sure.
See, my friend, I'm telling you, just contact them and find out which is the right seed for you.
Increase your yield this season by using Seedco Climate Smart Seeds. Call or visit your nearest Seedco depot for more details on our Climate Smart products. Seedco, it starts with the right seed.
I see our future built on energy and ideas that come from being connected to some of Zambia's furthest regions. I see how this solution helps families thrive and rural economies grow. I see that access to clean, affordable energy for all is a reality. Some see blueprints and cables, but I see the sparks of success. My name is Mukabanji Mutanuka, and I am an energy economist.
An energy expert has proposed a 1 billion kwacha funding to the Rural Electrification Authority, REA, in order to accelerate the implementation of access to electricity for all agenda. Johnston Chikwanda says an increased budgetary allocation to the energy sector is key if Zambia is to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal, SDG number 7, Vision 2030, whose theme is Energy for All. Speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News, he notes in 2021, the authority received 300 million kwacha budgetary allocation, which he, however, believes was not enough for the organization to deliver on its mandate. Mr. Chikwanda adds, poverty, quality education, and an improved economy can only be attained if there is access to electricity for all.
October 2021, Minister of Finance and National Planning Stumbeko Msokotane is expected to present the 2022 national budget. Civil society organizations and different experts have through the media submitted their recommendation and expectation. It is for this reason that an energy expert is also suggesting and recommending that the UPND government should increase funding into the energy sector. Engineer Johnson Chikwanda, an energy expert, proposes for a 1 billion budgetary allocation to the Rural Electrification Authority.
We have really stagnated, and we are still so behind, because if we are at 8%, we are at 8% of rural electrification. And we have got 8 years remaining to Vision 2030, to the target date set by the United Nations of reaching SDGs, which include goal number 7. Then we have got to significantly improve funding. To this end, I would like to encourage government to consider improving funding to rural electrification to not less than 1 billion kwacha per year, because in the 2021 budget, at least we saw it going up. We had reached the 300 million kwacha allocation, but that is also just a drop.
Mr. Chikwanda says Zambia is a signatory to the Sustainable Development Goal Number 7, Vision 30, whose theme is Energy for All. The energy expert says an increased allocation will accelerate the implementation of access to electricity for all. 57 years after independence, Zambia has some of its people not accessing proper and quality electrified homes, schools, and health facilities, amongst others. Liambela Mutumba, MUVI TV News in Lusaka.
Turkey has committed to increasing investment in various sectors of Zambia's economy. Turkish ambassador to Zambia, Istem Sesoglu, says there are business entities in the country that have expressed interest in investing in the country's public transport and manufacturing sectors because of the peace and stability the country enjoys. Speaking when she paid a courtesy call on the Minister of Transport and Logistics, Frank Tayali, Tuesday, Ms. Sesiroglu says the two countries already enjoy cordial relations and cooperation, such as the education sector, where a number of Zambians are offered scholarships to study in the country. And Mr. Tayali has called on the Turkish ambassador to lure investment in the textile industry of that country to Zambia, given the country's success in the sector.
In its quest to deliver the much-needed development to the country on whose premise it was voted in government, the United Party for National Development, UPND government, has continued to foster cooperation with the international community. On Tuesday, Minister of Transport and Logistics Frank Tayali met Turkish Ambassador to Zambia Istem Sechislog, who explained her country's interest to invest in the country.
Underline that he is willing to cooperate, continue and enhance the cooperation in all fields possible, and these fields are plenty, and one of them is the transport, another one is energy, agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, and also education. So, Mr. Minister, I'm here with one of the Turkish companies representative here, Mr. Gedik, and they are going to cooperate with your ministry soon. They are going to take up meetings with complete agendas. And Turkish Airlines is one of my priorities, and I'm hoping that they will be able to come back to Lusaka soon. And I'm hoping that that will be the next year, the first half of next year.
During the Ketesco meeting, Mr. Tayari also urged the Turkish ambassador to attract investment in the textile industry.
I'm aware that a lot of Zambian business people frequent Turkey for most of our garments, particularly, suits and that kind of thing. And in Zambia, I think that we're looking to resuscitating and revitalizing English textiles. So Turkey is obviously the leader in this particular sector. I think that's another area of possible cooperation.
Trade and business councils, so that we are encouraging them to invest in Zambia in the manufacturing sector. One is the textiles, which we are underlining that it's not only Zambia, but a wider kind of area which they can serve once they have invested in Zambia. And why Zambia? Because it's safe, secure, and peaceful.
Attracting investment that will add to the country's productivity and decent job creation is undoubtedly key for the UPND government as it aims to turn around the economic fortunes of the country. Reporting for MUVI TV News, I'm Afias Kaptula in
Siavonga constituency Member of Parliament Darius Mulunda has promised fishing camp residents to build them a market shelter so they can conduct business in a conducive environment. Mr. Mulunda said this during a visit at one of the fishing camps while touring Kariba Ward, where he thanked the people who voted for the UPND alliance and electing them as their legislator in the latter years. The lawmaker also encouraged women and youths to form cooperatives. Now, government has called on the Engineering Institution of Zambia to step up its efforts and provide the needed advice in the implementation of projects. Minister of Water, Development and Sanitation, Mike Mposha, made the call when the Engineering Institution of Zambia paid a courtesy call at his office this morning. Mr. Mposha said the institution has an important role of promoting advancement of science, engineering, technological and related disciplines to contribute to the improvement of quality of life for the people of Zambia. Meanwhile, Engineering Institution of Zambia President Ebo Ngandu said his institution stands ready to working with the UPND government in realizing development in the country. Mr. Ngandu has, however, called on government ministries and departments to comply with the law by registering and employing qualified engineers who are affiliated with the institution.
For this reason, the institution, Mr. President, is very critical in advising government on matters relating to engineering in Zambia. Furthermore, your institution has an important role of promoting advancement of science, engineering, technological and related disciplines to contribute to the improvement of quality of life for our people in Zambia. The Engineering Institution of Zambia is also required to provide an oversight role in delivering, promoting and enforcing internationally comparable engineering standards in Zambia in line with the Engineering Institution of Zambia Act number 17 of 2010. Allow me to take this opportunity to encourage your institution to step up its efforts of providing the much needed advice to government, particularly to engineering issues relating to the Ministry of Water, Development and Sanitation. This is in order to ensure that the ministry's mandate of harnessing water for social and productive use through construction and rehabilitation of water infrastructure to contribute to national water security by 2030 becomes a reality.
It is law, Honorable Minister, that for a person, company or department in a company to practice engineering, they must first register with the EIZ and obtain a practicing license, which is renewable every year. We are aware that in the civil service, including your ministry, sir, most people performing engineering functions are not compliant with the law. We therefore want to take this opportunity and appeal to you, sir, that you help your government and ensure that all engineering professionals in your ministry and organization affiliated to you meet this requirement. And, Honorable Minister, this is a very, unfortunately, it has become a common practice where people are not regulated. And when people are not registered with EIZ, it's very dangerous. Because when they make mistakes, they cannot be accountable to us. So if they are registered, at least they are going to abide by the code of conduct that we have. So this is the reason why we are appealing that this time around we'll be knocking on your doors to ensure that your professionals are registered.
Watching the news on MUVI television, we take another break. Join us on the other side for more stories. Stay tuned.
Presenting Mr. Money!
Why queue to pay school fees when you can sort it out with ease? Pay bills like power and water.
from the comfort of your sofa or the beach. There's no need to carry a load of cash loaded on your phone and secured in a flash. Mr. Money, he knows it all. Mr. Money, he knows it all. Send and receive bulk payments like salaries. You can also buy goods and services. Just click and pay, save time, quick, the easy way. Mr. Money, he knows it all. Mr. Money, he knows it all. Send money, buy talk time and data. It's simple, it's easy, and life gets better. Do it all with Airtel Money. Make payments, pay bills, and a whole lot more with a touch of your finger. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
I see our future built on energy and ideas that come from being connected to some of Zambia's furthest regions. I see how this solution helps families thrive and rural economies grow. I see that access to clean, affordable energy for all is a reality. Some see blueprints and cables, but I see the sparks of success. My name is Mokaba Economist.
To 1,900 kwacha extra IO recharge with care cover. Limited Banda auto boosted. Limited received a total payout of 5,335 kwacha when he needed it most. Here is Limited's story.
My name is Limited Banda. I fall down my neck. I go to the hospital and there I was admitted. So I make a claim by dialing *296#. And then they give me 5,335 kwacha. Payout inanitandiza kwambiri pamoja na banza langu. Sitenzoyembekezela kuti tingalande ndrama yakulu. So panthawi moz ayo is the best. Ayo brings me joy.
Dial *296# to auto boost and quickly grow your Ayo recharge with care cover each time you recharge. Ayo together with MTN. Ayo, because you care.
Taste the fun. Introducing big flavors. Orange, cocoa pine, cola, ginger, apple, lemonade and raspberry. Big soft drinks. Taste the fun. Big. Toma big. Taste the fun. Big. Toma big. Taste the fun. The fun. The fun.
Presenting Mr. Money! Why queue to pay school fees when you can sort it out with ease? Pay bills like power and water from the comfort of your sofa or the beach. There's no need to carry a load of cash loaded on your phone and secured in a flash. Mr. Money, he knows it all. Mr. Money, he knows it all. Send and receive bulk payments like salaries. You can also buy talk time and data. It's simple, it's easy, and life gets better. Do it all with Airtel Money. Make payments, pay bills, and a whole lot more with a touch of your finger. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
If I go down, I won't care. 'Cause I know that I'm a superstar and I am strong. I'll find my way back again. Like Apple Max.
Through all my troubles and in the race, the training why I'm the prodigy. 'Cause Apple Max is my remedy.
And so I fly up high just like an eagle in the sky. And if I fall down, we'll rise back up again. 'Cause I take it to the max. I turn it up, I turn it up, turn it up like fire. I'm burning the air. I take it to the max. I turn it up, I turn it up, turn it up. 'Cause I take it to the max. I turn it up, I turn it up like fire. I'm burning the air. I take it to the max. I turn it up, I turn it up, turn it up. 'Cause I'm a superstar.
Apple Max, now in new 500 mils.
see our future built on energy and ideas that come from being connected to some of Zambia's furthest regions. I see how this solution helps families thrive and rural economies grow. I see that access to clean, affordable energy for all is a reality. Some see blueprints and cables, but I see the sparks of success. My name is Mukabanji Mutanuka, and I am an energy economist.
Residents of Lusaka's Kanyama compound have commended the administration of President Hakainde Hichilema for resuscitating the drainage construction project. Fred Mukuta describes the new drainage project being constructed along Los Angeles Road will be a lifesaver. Mr. Mukuta says the neglected project, which started about 40 years ago, led to blocking and clogging of the drainages, thereby causing floods whenever rainy season.
Residents of Kanyama compound have expressed happiness over drainage works that have commenced in the area. Fred Mukata has expressed his gratitude to the government and position over the new drainage project being constructed along Los Angeles Road in Kanyama compound. He says such development is very welcoming to the people at the area.
Drainage, say welcome. Okay? Because they started with this drainage, that was 1978 somewhere there. I'm sure somewhere there. There was the Kanyama disaster. Now, if you may think how many governments have passed through 1979 up to date, and imagine by yourself thinking of Kanyama disaster of 1979. Now this is when they are putting this drainage again.
Meanwhile, another resident, Hakaimba Shibai, says he's happy with the project despite it being constructed near Chipolopolo area, which leads not to solve anything when the rain starts.
Niyo vuta manzi amankalira ko tamangira manzi kulipe ije drainage bamani wakumba lipati ondeleke site unokuwa tukulipe kwa mimi anga tamangire manzi hivi no temanze na bafursa kulipe domeni wanakibuta uti kapena bazali bazanga mororodi taire kuja oraende kuti manzi anjulu na kulipe jameti mkiwa ije drainage lipe we yo taira manzi olongati naye apa pameni kuzana hivi ngati mufuna then season ikabwera kuloka come and see this place ini joli chipolopolo area right ndakaona manzi amene ankadira kulido kwamene ayenda. That's why vantu vapembavo vanatira madoti apo now there's nothing amene chichitika.
Caroline Mwanza.
Kazungula truck cleaners have bemoaned reduced business. Kazungula-based youths involved in washing trucks for a livelihood have lamented reduced business caused by truck drivers who no longer use the Kazungula bridge due to its high border fees. Youths talked to explained that Kazungula border is experiencing reduced traffic as truck drivers are avoiding the border, which they say is charging excessive fees, hence making it difficult for truck cleaners to find business of washing the trucks. The youths add that their source of income has greatly been affected by the current trend, appealing for government intervention in reviewing fees.
Of the Kazungula bridge charged many for it has reduced the number of days trucks spent while waiting to be cleared. However, for others, the inflow of traffic provided an opportunity for locals to wash trucks for a living. But this is no longer the situation, as truck drivers are reportedly no longer using the Kazungula routine owing to its high border crossing challenges. This has led to reduced traffic of the trucks, which locals take advantage to wash while they wait for their clearances. Those involved in the business of washing trucks now explains.
It depends from drivers who come from this side. We totally depend from them. We don't depend from them who come from Zambia side going outside. So if a little number of drivers like enter in, there's nothing like surviving. They come with land and cooler. So the one problem is that if small amount of trucks have crossed the border, I find that people will suffer will not have any access to Zambia because the drivers are complaining of the high price of the coffee. So drivers are using another border, maybe it's a second side. So I think they can reduce the amount of profit so that more trucks will be entering. As a result, people will benefit.
They say the previous border posts could allow them in an amount of 100,000 kwacha from ocean trucks in a day compared to now where they earn about 200 kwacha.
Unless my drivers, truck wash so I want people wayanga nilikochi like yet my tana physical. At least they should be allowing those guys to enter there inside the border.
They have called on government to seriously review border charges at Kazungula border so as to encourage more trucks to use the bridge. In return, have increased traffic, which is beneficial for the Mijela Mambo, MUVI TV News, Kazungula district.
Zanaco have been drawn against Malian side Binga FC in the CAF Confederations Cup playoffs. The 2020-2021 FAS MTN Super League runners-up dropped to Africa's second-tier competition after losing against Sudan's side Al Merah in the CAF Champions League. The first leg will be played on November 28th, 2021 in Lusaka, and the second leg on December 5th, 2021 in Mali. Meanwhile, Red Arrows are set to face Tanzanian side Simba SC in their additional second preliminary round. The first leg will be played away on the 28th of November, while the second will be played at home on the 5th of December 2021. Red Arrow's advancement follows a goalless draw against Agosto in Angola, which implied a 1-0 goal aggregate after a James Chimanga won lone strike they scored at Hero Stadium in Lusaka previously. Now, in the Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifier, Zambia beat Malawi by 3-2. Rachel Kundananji scored in the 24th and the 41st minute, and then Lushomo Mwemba scored in the 74th to give Malawi any hope. Now Zambia qualify on a 4-3 aggregate score and will face Namibia in the second and final round of this bulletin. But before we go, here's a recap of the headline. Allegations of stealing $800,000. Maureen Mwanawasa's law firm shut down. Perpetrators of violence warned. Zanaco to face Binga FC of Mali. Our website is www.movitv.com. Look us up on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and by searching for the handle Ask Movie Television. You can look us up as well and send us an email via the email address frontoffice@movitv.com. My name is Saidlis Nkonjara. On behalf of the entire news and production team, pleasant viewing.